Imagine a world where the concept of a foreign language simply ceases to exist, and the Tower of Babel is finally dismantled, brick by digital brick. Let's analyze the trajectory of human connection through the lens of hard data. For approximately 100,000 years, language has been humanity's greatest tool, yet simultaneously its most impenetrable barrier. We are currently fragmented across the globe by roughly 7,000 distinct languages. This linguistic friction costs the global economy trillions in lost productivity and, more importantly, limits the scope of human empathy. But if we look at the B14 prediction models for AI advancement, we are standing on the precipice of a radical phase shift, the Global Mind-Meld. To understand why this is inevitable, we must look at the compression of time and error rates. In 2016, neural machine translation was serviceable but clumsy. It operated on a text-to-text basis, stripping away nuance. Today, we are seeing the rise of multimodal models that do not merely translate words, they translate intent. We are moving from text-based processing to direct audio-to-audio mapping. The data shows that latency in these systems is dropping below 200 milliseconds, the threshold for natural human conversation. Once we breach that floor, the technology becomes invisible. Consider the concept of semantic vector space. In high-dimensional computing, AI doesn't see the word happy or feliz. It sees a specific coordinate in a massive geometric map of meaning. It understands the concept of happiness independent of the linguistic label.
This allows the AI to clone not just your voice, but your micro-prosody, the tiny hesitations, the pitch changes, and the emotional timbre that carry 90% of your message. When you speak English and your counterpart in Tokyo hears Japanese, they won't hear a robotic overlay. They will hear you. Economically, this is the great equalizer.
The language premium, the salary bump for knowing English or Mandarin, will evaporate. Talent becomes the only metric that matters. A brilliant engineer in a remote village in Senegal can collaborate seamlessly with a designer in Stockholm, with zero friction. The data predicts this will unlock a massive surge in global GDP, as the cognitive surplus of the non-English speaking world is fully integrated into the global digital economy. But the inspirational aspect goes beyond economics. It reaches into the very architecture of thought. The B14 outlook suggests that by the late 2020s, this technology will move from handheld devices to wearables, and eventually to neural interfaces. We are approaching a state of telepathic symbiosis, where thoughts can be transmitted conceptually. Critics worry about cultural homogenization, but the analytical view suggests the opposite, a renaissance of local culture. When you no longer need to learn a dominant language to survive economically, you are free to speak your native tongue without penalty. We aren't destroying languages, we are building a universal bridge between them. We are approaching a singularity where understanding is default and confusion is obsolete. This is not just translation, it is the unification of the planetary consciousness. If you believe AI will unite us rather than divide us, subscribe for more future-gazing predictions.